r/felons. Remarkable at 2580 says. Los af. 32 black, f. Single no kids. I messed up in my late 20s, got a felony in forgery, misdemeanor in theft. I was just trying to get paid with the wrong people. Now I've finished my sentence. This felony is not making it easy to gain employment. I have a bachelor degree in psychology, probably my first bad decision. I just feel so stuck. I relocated to Charlotte. The sad part is I'm actually smart, ambitious, and most people are shocked when I disclose my failures. I really want to turn my life around. I want to get paid legally. I'm still attractive, fit and smart. I feel like I have a lot life ahead of me. I just want to make the right decisions from here on out. What direction should I go? White collar crime, non-violent, no drugs. Jay in Philly says. Your degree is useful if you're not interested in direct counseling with patients. Try applying for human resources or marketing analyst positions. The average salary is ranging from mid 50k to 100k per year nationwide. Keep your head up and don't give up. Good luck. The Mercat 605 says. This might not be what you want to hear, but you could get a job in the building trades. They don't care if you're a felon and the pay is good. What you want to do is apply to different unions in your area. Just Google carpenters local, IBU local, pipe fitters, plumbers, sheet metal. There's a ton to choose from. A lot of tradesmen I've met have degrees in higher education and just are happier doing construction. I don't know about where you're from, but I saw a post earlier about how after a certain amount of years the felony doesn't show on your background check. Anyway, hang in there. Keep your head up. Remarkable at 2580 says. Yeah, I'm going to work on getting my record expunged once I make the requirements. Dopesol 542 says. Yeah, that's a really shitty situation. But the first thing you should do is stop calling these mistakes your failures. Refer to them as lessons learned and pull the positive out of it. You messed up. Okay. Lots of people do. You have a B in psych. That's actually awesome. Now with your life experience going down a shady path and hitting your bottom and now trying to put that behind you and striving to be successful, and combined with your education, you have a prime opportunity to reach out to other people living that life and lead them away from the darkness. Look at those failures as part of your success story. Haran outside says. You could be a plumber, very high paying, you'll make 150k by the end of year 2 maximum, and can go on to start your own company. Should be a pretty low barrier to entry. Cost being paid says. First thing is you have no kids, so the world is still your oyster. Point ask yourself this, what do you want to do? Point then. Do it. r/felons. Feeling plain 3001 says. How's everyone doing with the felony DUI? I know us felons with only a DUI are in minority in the felony community, so I was curious to hear stories. Has it really affected your life much? After the courts, jail time, etc. Of course I'm sure life is hell while going through the motions. It certainly was for me, but after life pretty much returned to normal for me, finding a job was relatively easy. I didn't drive for a living or have a fancy license, never had much of a issue getting a place after a few years. Really the only lasting effect are those damn mugshots on Google I can't seem to get rid of. I'm in Ohio BTW. I really don't feel or get treated like a felon now that I've been off papers. How's it been for everyone else? Interesting Cal 8131 says. My BF went through DUI court program and has now been sober for 3 years and still attends AA. He has a good job as a mechanic. He has to have blown go in his car until 2029. Outside Horse 6942 says. I'm not doing good at all. Some days I'd rather die. Aside from all the obvious, the biggest issue I'm facing right now is employment. I lost an amazing sales career that I loved. I'm on the verge of losing my house I've worked so hard for. All my friends and family have disappeared. No license, no vehicle, savings /401k depleted, 5-year felony probation, did 16 weekends in jail. All while being a full-time single parent. Also being civilly sued, a person was injured, but by the grace of God they are okay. The guilt, shame, hopelessness, loneliness, and despair just doesn't go away. Life is hell. Millie and Millie says. Mine was in 2018. Got remanded at my first court date with another 100k added onto my already 75k bond. All I did was break his thumb in the accident. I was roofied and woke up to my wrecked car still rolling. I had hit another car. We held each other and cried in the air together with him only being this poor stranger I almost killed. Spent 4 months in jail while Placer County tried to screw me over. Got time served and 5 years of probation. Had to do outpatient rehab and AA meetings and the 18-month DUI school. Had to start over at minimum wage at Target. But I got promoted a year in and eventually left to another big corporation making good money. If none of that would have happened then I would have never met the love of my life and we now own a house together and I'm better off than I was before the accident. Found out on a few months ago that I got let off of probation a year and a half early. Just don't get in trouble. Don't consider yourself unworthy. People freak up. You have to go through hell to get to the good stuff. Keep your head up, friend. r/felons. So found Metropornax says. Last PO meeting he said he'd be in touch. 3 months later I still haven't heard from him. I got out from prison in April after doing a year, moved in with my grandparents, found a job, and set up monthly PO meetings. In September my PO came over to check in and told me that he had a heavy casa load and that he'd be in touch if he needed me. That was 3 months ago now and he still hasn't contacted me. Should I be worried something's up? Or is he just focusing on other people that he's in charge of and letting me do my own thing? Edgisnet says. You scare here because no matter what, it will be his word against yours and most of them are verified, certified police officers. If you did a year, you are most likely on felony supervision, yes. If you have monthly meetings set up and the date comes and goes with no call, you should call so you have a record you can lean on. Never leave anything up to chance here because a technical violation is a technical violation. And this guy most likely won't tell his boss I got busy and didn't call him, so it's on me. That said, some states use private supervision companies for misdemeanor probation supervision and they get backed up. I had a county once just quit contacting me at all, and it has been like 10 years, but it was a misdemeanor and things do fall through the cracks, but I would not bet my freedom on it. We had a saying, where I'm originally from. Come to Florida on vacation, leave on probation, come back on violation. I don't know where you live, but be careful here, sire. Western Downtown 4083 says. I did 2 years of parole and saw the guy twice. The first visit out and the last visit to sign off. People doing that job that have heavy casa loads are usually pretty adept at recognizing who needs babysitting and who doesn't. If you don't need it, I wouldn't stress it. It's on them to schedule, and it's on you to keep to that schedule. If they haven't scheduled, there's no stress. Tallheed 2688 says. Yo, I would keep reaching out either way, whether he said he was busy or not. I had a P.0. Like that. Always busy, 5-minute meetings and I worked during the day, so I never really had a set day. It was more like, as long as I made it in that week he was cool. But anyway, he was so hard to set up meetings with every frickin' time. I was starting to think he used it as a tactic to see what you'd do. He was always like, I'm busy, I'll get back with you later, or just not answer at all. But I would reach out through every medium, email, office phone, and text every month anyway, cause the minute he tries to say he set something up with me and I missed it, I have a paper trail 8 miles long. He tried that shit twice in my first year and stopped for the remaining 2. Just cover your ass, bro. You know these fools are just trying to lock you back up for stupid shit. Safatigai22 says, could be any number of things. Do you have their email? If you do, send an email asking for a status update. And it wouldn't hurt for you to go ahead and provide one. Like if you're working or anything like that. Call the office and leave a voicemail if they don't answer. What you want to do is have some type of proof that you have called in. You do it on the call history of your phone. Or if you have their cell phone number, send a text message asking for an update of what you should do. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.